Hey guys, my name is Minolix and this is my YouTube channel. On this channel, those of you that have been here for a while, you know that on this channel I share with you recipes, cake business tips, food business tips, and general business tips. Tips that will help your business to scale up, tips that will help you to excel in business. You are sure going to like it here. So let me start by asking you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. But just in case you are not so convinced, I'd like you to stay through and watch this video, and at the end you see reasons why you have to subscribe to this channel. So today I'm going to share a very important point with us. This is a topic or subject matter that bakers or business owners do not really take into cognizance. They don't see it as very necessary, but it's very, very important. So, what I'm going to be sharing with you is questions to ask before taking a cake order. So, this is not a general tip per se, but there are some points here that apply to business in general, but it's streamlined. Lots of the points here are streamlined to just cake business owners. So let's get right into it. Questions to ask your customer before taking a cake order. This is because not every order is your order. Yes, not every order is your order. I know that you are looking for money. I know that you need customers. I know that your business needs to grow, but not every order is your order. So you have to ask questions. I know that you are excited when you get an order and it's good news. It's good news. You get carried away and you just want to rush and say, you want to bake a cake. This is 6 inches, it's 50,000. This is how much I'm charging. Pay the money, let me bake it shasha. But there are some questions that you should ask so that that order that you're too excited to take doesn't end in premium tears. So, um, let's get right into it. I've said this like 1,000 times. So the first question that you are going to ask your customer is, what type of cake do you want? What type of cake do you want? Some persons just know that this is a cake, but they don't know if it's buttercream, they don't know if it's sweet cream, they don't know if it's fondant. So you're going to ask the person. Like me personally, if you want to order a cake for a child's birthday, like an underage child, let's say ranging from 2 years, 1 year, or 3 years, I usually advise you to order a fondant cake unless you are really convinced that you know what buttercream is and you are ready to order a buttercream cake. This is because when you make buttercream cakes or whipped cream cakes for babies, they end up smashing the cake, like they want to play with the cake and they end up scattering the icing and everything. So you need to ask your customer, not just for babies. Some persons are going far with the cake, some persons don't even know how to handle buttercream. You need to ask them. Some persons don't even know that whipped cream cake cannot stay under a hot environment. Some persons don't know that a buttercream cake is not supposed to be frozen before the event. Let's say somebody orders a cake now and the person is using it tomorrow. The person now puts a buttercream cake in the fridge. It's going to sweat. If you bring it out from the fridge the next day, it's going to sweat and it's going to drip sweat badly that you are going to regret not advising the person. Or somebody orders a fondant cake and puts it in the fridge. When the person brings it out, it's going to sweat. So you need to know the cake type. If the person does not really know the kind of cake or the type of cake that he or she wants to order, you have to do the work of advising the person, breaking it down and explaining to the person that this is how whipped cream works, this is how buttercream works, and this is how fondant works. So it's your job as a baker to school your client and try to explain very well to them and let them know what they should or what they are supposed to order for certain events. The second thing you should ask your clients as a baker is the cake flavor they want. So I've had cases where somebody orders a cake and I assume that, because basically for me, if somebody orders a cake and doesn't state the flavor who he or she wants, I just I just do vanilla because vanilla is like an all-time generally accepted flavor. But I've had cases where I've made only vanilla and the customer ends up complaining that, oh, I do not really want vanilla. I like chocolates. I like red velvet. So it's your job to ask the clients, Is it vanilla cake you want? Is it red velvet? Is it cookies and cream? Is it strawberry? What flavor exactly do you want? That's number two. Number one was ask the person the type of cake, if it's fondant, whipped cream, or buttercream that the person wants. The second one is ask for the cake flavor. The third question you should ask your clients as a baker is the cake design that they want. Because you don't want to finish a job and the person now says, I don't like this cake. This is not how I want it. This is so you need to be convinced, unless the person says, oh, do your thing, but you need to know the design that the person wants. Unless the person says, I want a cocoa melon cake, do your thing, I trust you, then you can just work for the person. Or the person says, oh, it's for my birthday, I don't have a choice, just do your thing. But you need to ask. Some persons have options, some persons have choices. So ask the person, be persuasive, ask the person, what design do you want? Do you have a picture in mind of what you want, how you want your cake to look like? You should ask. Another very important thing that you should ask your clients as a baker is the next very important question that you should ask your clients as a baker is the cake size, because some persons are very funny. You don't want to finish baking a cake for somebody and the person says, oh, this cake is small, this cake is not how I want it, the height is not as I want it. So this is what I do. I tell my customers 6 inches, this is the price, 10 inches, this is the price, 8 inches, this is the price. And if the person says, oh, I don't really know this size thing, I'll say, oh, do you have a ruler in the house? Do you have a measuring tape in the house? If the person says yes, then I will now say, okay, check your measuring tape. From so place to so place is 8 inches. From so place to so place is 6 inches, so that they know what they are expecting. Not after baking cake and spending your time and energy baking a cake and delivering to a client, the person will now start acting up or behaving somehow or saying that the cake is too small. So you should ask them the cake size and explain to them what each cake size should look like. And again, some persons are not very analytic per se. Some persons will not necessarily want to be measuring with ruler or measuring tape. But this is how you should know the cake size that they want or they need. You ask them, how many guests are you expecting? And how do you really want to cut your cake? Do you want to cut your cake in very small sizes or something? Are you expecting 50 persons? Okay, 8 inches will go for 50 persons. 6 inches will go for 30 persons. So just ensure that you school your customers. They do not know all these things. We are the professionals here, and the best you can do for your customer is to school your customer. If you school your customer properly and explain to them, they are going to trust you and they will be sure that this person is not cheating me. This person really understands what he or she is doing. So school them about the cake size and let them know what they should be expecting, so that it doesn't end in gbas when you deliver the cake. The next question you should ask your customer is delivery location and time. This is because from the delivery location you are going to ascertain the cost of delivery. So this is how I know my cost of delivery. If it's going to so place, I'll check it on Uber and I'll know that this is how much Uber is going to charge for the ride to that place. If it's going to so place, I will know the price and delivery time, so that you walk and meet up with time. You don't want to not deliver your client's order on time. It's one thing to bake a good and beautiful cake, it's another thing to deliver on time. If you're an on-time delivery person, they are going to trust that this one, they fail. So you should ask them delivery location. And you should also ask them, do you want to pick up or do you want me to deliver for you? Because delivery is not free, really. Delivery is not free. So if you want to pick up, no wahala. This is the price of the cake. But if you want me to deliver, really, you have to pay for delivery, because I'm not going to fly to your place. So if you tell me that it's going to Rumola, Port Harcourt, I'm going to know that this place in Rumola, this is how much that Uber is going to take for me to get to that place. This is how much it's going to cost me. So you should ask them. Don't take the order and then 2 days to delivery, or that day you now start telling them that you have to pay me 2,000 for delivery. Sister, where is it coming from? Why didn't you tell me on time, so that I will know if I have money for delivery or not? So ask them delivery time, so that you deliver on time and you are ready on time. Ask them delivery location, so that you tell them how much it's going to cost for you to get their goods delivered to them. And you should also know if they want to pick up. Pickup doesn't cost a dime extra, but delivery costs a fee, and this is how much it's going to cost me to deliver to you to so place, and this is how much it's going to cost to deliver. The next thing you want to ask your customer, this part is very, very, very important. Have you watched some videos on Instagram, TikTok, or on any social media platform, short clips where they are trying to show you a cake that is an outdoor event cake and it's already melting because it's under the sun, and the type of frosting you are using is not favorable for an outdoor event? So you want to ask the customer, is it an outdoor event, is it an indoor event? So if it's an outdoor event, see, fondant is good, fondant can stay for you the way you want it. But if it's an indoor event, okay, sorry, if it's an outdoor event, whipped cream will not really work unless you have a freezer at the venue that, oh, when it's time for us to cut the cake, we'll not bring out the cake. But if it's a cake that is going to sit outside for a long time, whipped cream will not work, because when sun starts or when the weather becomes unfavorable, it's going to end in tears. If it's buttercream, outdoor event will not really work unless you are not going to bring out the cake till it's time to cut it. So you know that if you keep your buttercream cake under the sun, buttercream is made of butter and sugar, and when those things are exposed to the sun, they will start melting. So when you keep a buttercream cake under the sun for a long time, it's going to melt definitely. So you want to ask your customer, is it an indoor event? If it's an outdoor event and there's freezer at the venue for us to keep the whipped cream cake, it's no wahala, you can stay there. When it's time to cut the cake, we'll bring it out. So let me do a recap on the necessary questions that you have to ask your customer before taking your cake order. You need to know the type of cake, buttercream, fondant, or whipped cream. You need to know the cake design. The person should send you a picture of what he or she wants. You need to know the cake flavor so that you know if you are doing red velvet, chocolate, or which other flavor does the person want. You also need to know the cake size. Explain to the person that if you are expecting 50 guests, this is how it's going to be. If it's a very analytic person and you know that this person like wahala, or this person has too much sense, this person will start measuring the cake. Tell the person that 6 inches high by 6 inches this. Explain thoroughly. Spend your time explain, because you don't want gbas when you deliver the order. And then you also need to know the delivery location and the delivery time, so that you ascertain the price. You also get ready on time before it's time for delivery. And lastly, ask if it's an outdoor or indoor event. My name is Minolix. I know that by now you should know that this channel is a value overloaded channel, and if you subscribe to this channel, you are going to get maximum value from time to time. So please go back, subscribe, click on the notification button, so that whenever I post any video on this channel, you are going to get notified. And I know that now you know that you need to ask your customers questions, and not just asking them questions before taking their orders. You also need to note these answers to these questions down, probably put them on a sticky note and paste them around your workspace, so that you are going to have a good relationship with your customer. Thank you for watching this video to the end. See you in my next video. Thank you for loving Minolix YouTube channel.